we're still playing the Hunter Core of the Wild. The other game, what I was going to play,
Welcome to Yukon
is still
Valley,
downloading.
Chico.
We can't
From up
play
here,
it.
you're able to see
We'll
almost the
probably
entire
be able
reserve.
to play it tomorrow. Thought we can
This looks
do a
like
bit
the
more
spot
Hunter
that's
Core of the
laid down.
Wild.
I'll pull up to the jetty and you can climb out. Now, good luck to you out there. Don't
We've got to do
forget,
all this part
I'm
first.
only a radio call away.
And if we see anything on the way,
I'm quite
doing
certain
this,
that you're the part of the puzzle
what
that we've
we
been
want us
missing
to
out
do
here.
first,
While I deal
we'll,
with
we'll
paperwork and
take a shot
people,
on the stuff.
you're going to be my eyes
Don't know
and
what we're
ears
gonna
on the
find.
ground. We're going to be a strong team. I just know it.
Right, okay then. See then. Gary, you want us to go there first then? Okay then.
Enjoy your time out in the reserve. I'm confident that someone of your ability will find their way around, no problem.
Yeah,
I look
no
forward
problem
to
there.
seeing the results of your hunt. Since you've just arrived, there's a couple of places nearby that I'd like you to visit. You can probably see the lookout tower,
Yep, we
just
can
up
see
the
the
hill
lookout
from
tower.
where I
Yep.
dropped you off. If you climb to the top, you'll get a great view of the surrounding area.
Right, okay then.
There's also an outpost close to the tower. It's always good to know where you can rest your head after a day's work, right? Head to the outpost and make sure it's ready to receive visitors. I don't mind which one you travel to first, but I'd like you to stop off at both sites.
Right, it makes more sense to do the first lookout tower first. And that's the closest one.
Once you're up top, enjoy the view. These towers are used mostly for fire watch duty. But when I'm at the top of one, normally I just want to put my feet up and enjoy the tranquility. I haven't had a chance to do that in a long time, though.
Too many stairs. Oh, we're up here now. Yep. Let's go over here.
You at the top? Can you see the outpost from there? I normally do a routine check of an outpost after we've had visitors. All it takes is a forgotten half-eaten sandwich, and suddenly you have curious animals coming to investigate. Bears are temperamental neighbors, and you don't want them knocking on the door asking to borrow some sugar.
Bears want sugar? What? No. Can't be. Better hurry up and lock our doors then. Bears might be knocking on it for some sugar. Oh no. I think we should get a gun out just in case there's a bear down here. I would say so. Let's go a pistol. That's what I want, just in case there's a bear knocking on the door for some sugar.
Welcome to Loggers
right.
Point.
Nice.
100 years ago or so, felled trees would be dragged down there. Then teams would strip them down and roll them into the river. Then they'd be bundled up and towed out to the sawmills. The outpost sits on top of the old workers' campsite. I know it might seem trivial, but can you take a look at the trash can and make sure that it's locked? It's a bear-proof trash can with a tricky catch. I don't want to take any chances.
Is that what he's on about, this bin here? Oh yeah.
People often struggle to lock these heavy-duty trash
Some do
cans,
look right. Well,
but if they
up to
leave it just a little bit open, all sorts of trouble could come sniffing around. I think we got lucky this time. Thanks for taking care of that. Oh, one last thing. Before you move on, can you take a look at the firewood inside the cabin? Damn, this is bad news. These logs have all the signs of a beetle infestation.
Oh no.
Let me see if I can check in with the hunters who must have cut the firewood. I have the number for their satellite phone in the log somewhere.
If you can meet up there.
I'll get back to you.
Awesome. Nice.
I just found the number. I knew I had it here somewhere. I'll give the hunters who stayed here a call and see what they have to say. I'll call you back in a moment after I've landed.
Can we find anything? What?
No answers from the hunters yet. I'll keep trying.
Hey, the wolves.
There's an outpost in the forest to your northwest. If you follow the trail, you'll find it. I have a hunch that... Oh, phone's ringing.
The trail we
I'll
was
call
on,
you
yeah?
back when I get some answers from
Okay,
these
so,
guys
mate.
about where they cut the wood. Head to the forest outpost in the meantime. I'll bet that's where they were.
Yeah, we want us to go this way, yeah? I think we'll stick near to the lake. We might find some animals on the way. If we can. Ah, yeah, look like we can cross it. See if we can see anything. What's over there? Bit of grass. Oh, I thought that was something there then. It's over here. If you count on this little lake. Don't look like nothing. Nope. Near the wolves. Nice. So that one of them don't come running out and bite us. Oh no, it's snowing now. Oh dear. What's that through there? Ah, a moose. We'll leave that be. Oh, that was supposed to say moose. Oh, that was a different one. How get off that? We don't. You can stay there, moose. Just want to see what anything else out down at this end. No, look like it's only that one. Anything on the lake? Let's have another look. Oh dear. Let's go this way away from it. He can stay there. That's that female moose. We must be making too much noise. That's a bear.
Alaskan grizzlies are the most intimidating creatures I've ever encountered.
Grizzly bear.
The first time I spotted one, I instinctively checked my rifle was loaded, just in case it charged.
Oh no.
It was over 200 yards away.
200 yards away? Whoa. That right, mate. Our guns are loaded. Oh no. That's the grizzly. Oh dear. We'll keep going. I don't want to muck around with him. Not at the moment. That would be bad. We're almost there. Walk up here. Male moose. Uh-oh. They're getting louder. The wolf's getting louder. We must be getting close. Very, very close.
I had a chat with the hunters who chopped the logs you found at Loggers Point. Turns out that the cabin had been out of firewood, so they'd gone looking for a fallen tree to carve up. You are now in the same forest they were when they found our beetle-infested tree.
Oh no. Tree's got beetle. What's that? That's that male moose. We'll leave him be for now.
Hey, I see you're near the forest outpost. Once you get up there, take a look in the cabin. There should be a backpack with some supplies in it. When you find it, just grab the whole pack.
You want us to grab a bag?
That's the one. Once you're done at the outpost, take a look in the surrounding forest. Can you find any fallen trees in that area?
Probably. We put you look.
The spruce bark beetles are a massive threat to Alaska's spruce forests at the moment. We haven't been hit as badly compared to some other Alaskan state parks. But I think that it may be time for a quarantine. Okay, so once you find a fallen tree, I want you to take a look at its bark. Does it look healthy? If so, it's probably not the tree we're looking for.
Right, okay. I see a stump. Ah, these are the trees you must be talking about. You want us to check?
This is the one.
Maybe.
Okay. In that pack, you should have a canister of paint and a nozzle attachment. Use them to paint a big pink X on the tree. And let's take a look around to make sure the beetles haven't started to spread. If you see a spruce in the immediate vicinity of the fallen tree, mark it. And our forestry team will come out and take care of it. If it's untouched, they can just spray it with pesticides to
The
protect it.
nearest trees.
If it's
Okay.
already infested, then they'll cut it down and haul it away for burning. There we go. Another tree. I hope we don't need to cut these trees down. This reminds me of my summer breaks when I was a kid to contain helping out my dad at work. He was a tree surgeon down in Washington State. I used to resent him for making me go out there and work while my friends played back home. Eventually, those trips also included hunting lessons, and that made them my favorite parts of the summer.
Well, that didn't show up properly.
That should do. I'll get in touch with the foresters. They can
Yes,
investigate the area and cut down what they need
Lake
to.
down there. Let's
I'll
have a
make
look.
sure that they also pick up the firewood at Loggers Point. Don't want to take any chances. Thanks for taking care of this. It's becoming a full-on phobia of mine that these beetles are going to destroy the forest here. We
Yeah,
sprayed
probably.
pesticides across the western edge of the forest as a preventative measure earlier this month.
Female moose.
But any new chemicals in the air, soil, or water make me uneasy.
Oh no. What are you on about waterfall?
You're going to be grabbing some samples out there. So one of our research teams can test the pesticides to
Okay.
make sure they aren't having any effect
Well,
on
let's
the
go this
ecology. This was actually my wife Sandy's idea. She
Oh,
runs the Yukon
okay.
Valley Nature Center. So she's working closely with a visiting research team. In the same bag that you found the paint, there should be some plastic sample containers. Could you bring them out to the wetlands? Muskeg is the word we use up here in Alaska. Welcome to Yukon Valley's wetlands. The last time I brought both of my daughters here to spot birds, they told me that all the bird spotting in the world wasn't worth the smell. Turned out that a bear had left a rotting moose carcass in the summer sun. I decided
Give
to
a
spot
nasty.
birds somewhere else,
Just in
just
case.
in case the bear came back
There's
for
something
seconds.
out there.
Watch your footing at the water's edge. It can be easy to slip and fall in. Just fill one of the containers you have with water. The pesticides we're using on the forest to prevent beetle infestation are effective. But I still have my doubts about the effects on other wildlife. The flats are one of our most biodiverse regions, so I can't risk introducing anything dangerous into the water or the food chain.
Well, I
Can you
see.
take some samples from the water beside the forest first? We sprayed a section of the forest western edge last month, so I want to know if anything has changed since then.
Wait, are you going to finish talking? Look, I was going to say, well, you carry on. I see some animals out here. Oh, look what we got here. Alright, that's more here. He's another male. Who's it? What's this one? Level 3. That's that one got different antlers, and that. Well, we'll leave them be for now. You're not here to kill anything at the moment. Whoa. Oh no. I don't see that there. I see it. Level 4. Right, let's try and get. I don't know what we got over there then. You telling me we've got more animals down here? Well, no. Are they going to stay? We can carry on running? Probably. I know. That one ran off. Yeah, we have scared them. Maybe not.
Nicely done.
Oh no.
First time I was there, I misjudged how stable the edge of a pond was and ended up with one leg knee-deep in the water. I was a rookie at the time, and luckily nobody saw it happen.
One side looked
Can you
thicker
grab
than the
a
other.
second sample from a body of water slightly further away from the forest?
They want us to go and get some more water. How much water does this bloke want? No problem. Where's that? Oh, whoa. What's that then? Oh no, he's out here somewhere. No, he's running off. Look at him. Look at him. He's going up there. We'll be back to hunt that later. Might get a couple of them reindeers. I think what's more this bloke want us to do. Oh no. Wolves are getting louder. We will see how much more this bloke wants us to do after this. What have we got here? What's that? What's that track for him? I'm telling you. Something going to come out and bite us. Go over there then. Oh, a tree. I'm not sure what we're going to find in this. on this map, animals wise. The way it sounds, we've got wolves. My God, it ain't this pond there, lake. Well, people might call it a pond. To me, it's a lake. Stand still, you stupid person. I'm not touching the patroller, and he's doing it himself. Why, we are getting close to where he wants us to get some more water. Right, he'll probably start talking, that other bloke will start talking in a bit, probably. Oh, we can find anything out here. Another lake here, I think. Yep. I don't see anything. Oh, keep going up this way where we want us to go now. Okay. The water will look purple. I don't see no animals. I'm not sure we can get the water from here.
Great.
Yeah, we can.
That should do for water samples. Next up, I need you to find me some animal droppings in this region. The muskeg is a hotbed of animal activity, so you should find droppings quite easily.
Oh yeah, find some droppings like animals. In this area, okay.
If the pesticides have drifted out to the flat, I want to know if it's making it into the food chain. It's been a month since we sprayed, so there's been plenty of time for the pesticides to get out here.
Where are we going to find some animal droppings? Let's have a wander over and see what we can find over this somewhere. What do you want us to kill anything? Wow, if we can spot our animal, we'll probably find some tracks. Okay. We'll go up here, see what we can find up here. I might get a gun out, just be honest. Just in case we find something and we had to shoot it, then we've got a weapon out. Really? Maybe there's some animal droppings over there for him. Her. Well, also that is going down. Well, he can see droppings. Oh well. We might have a moose on the range.
That's what we're looking for. Perfect. Could you find a sample from a different species as well? It's better to grab a larger sample size while you're already there in the field.
Did we miss all them shots? Oh, really? And I've got some blood here. Right, our moose is down. Somewhere. Well, we know it went this way somewhere. Right, here's some more blood. Okay. there he is. Now we've got to find droppings for one more different ammo. We can do that. If we can find anything. I think it can be any animals, I think. He's only at level 3. We're not really after him because we already got a moose. We need some droppings or something else. I think we could come from this way, I think. Who knows? Yeah, I think we did actually. Oh no. What are we supposed to do? Where can we find some more? Well, let's go to that lookout tower, see if we can find anything that way. I want some animals droppings, but I'm not after a lot. Let's have a little wander over there. We'll be heading that way anyway. We can see something. Well, I don't see nothing. Is there any tracks around it? Okay. Got to be some tracks somewhere. Well, I think we might be running out of ideas. Even a bit. No. Well, let's look at tower. Ah, there we go. We might find some there actually. that's where we'll find some. Well, that point to help us to know where we've got to go. Oh dear. Get down. I know we've got to get. We better find something to get rid of what this bloke wants. Some more droppers. There we go, that's where we've got to go. Somewhere out there. And you better have some droppings out there, mate. Where's our... Don't want that one. Oh, don't want that. Yeah. Maybe we want this. Just in case we get rammed over. And we dive, we quickly push this. Oh no. I heard us coming. Oh yes, we know. Oh no, here we go, we're going to get charged. Alright. We don't want your poop. Give us your poo. Our poo. What this bloke is after for.
That should do it. Now we'll be able to tell if anything larger than a fly is ingesting chemicals that we should be worried about. It's hard work wading through the muskeg, huh? I have a spot where you can drop the samples off, and I can easily pick them up. Oh, I just remembered. I've been speaking with my wife about the work you've been doing, and she mentioned a few tasks that she has on her plate that I think you could help her with. I gave her your number, so expect to hear from her. She's working on some very important studies at the moment. Hang on a second. I'm getting a call.
That's a female. Let's see if there's anything different out there. Only problem, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm back. Slight change of plans. Before you drop off the samples, I need you to grab a hatchet from the outpost at the western edge of the flats. We have a bit of a situation out in the northwest corner of the reserve, and you're perfectly placed to take care of it. It looks like storms have weakened the roots of a tree, which is about to collapse onto the train tracks.
Oh no.
Let me know when you grab the hatchet.
Train tracks. That's not good. Tree down on that? Oh no. Our moose out the front over here. Female. See ya. Go running across there now. Can we get across here? Yes, we can. Should be able to walk here. Another moose. We got a tree to get off the train tracks, Moose. Ain't got time for you. The train come, because it'll hit the tree. And that ain't good. That's bad news. Very bad. Why are you talking over that? Let's put them away. Oh, don't know what that was. Something fell. Something fell off the unit. Okay. It's a long way to where we've got to go then. Well, it was. And we've got to pick something up. To cut the trees down. Or one tree, whatever it was. I think we'll be able to walk across that, I don't think. Or can we? Oops. Oh, don't do it again. Oh no. I thought that was something out there then. These wolves. Getting louder and louder. They must be hearing us coming. Don't know, thought I saw something out there. Right, let's walk up the side of the hill and then cut a tree down. Just chop a tree down. We did that. Oh, person, stop. Just look around, look at these mountains. What a nice country. Look at this. Got to appreciate all this. Look at it. That's nice. Snow on the mountains. Folks coming in. Something making a funny noise over there. Right, female deer, reindeer. All these little lakes and that. Look at it. Nice rivers. Can't ask anything better.
You got the hatchet? gonna need a nice sharp edge. It's small, but it should do the job.
Use the axe
There's
to
a
open the
lake just
bins.
to the north of the flats. I'll be
Yeah,
flying
okay.
over it on my way home. If you drop that stuff off there, I can jump out, grab it, and get it to one of our ecological research teams today. Instead of you having to walk around with a bag full of droppings and swamp water.
People's using the axe to open the bins. Wow, can't moan. So this is the only way to open it. You got to use what you got. I've done it. I've done it with beans and hot dogs. I even use it to cut meat up. Yeah. These wolves. Ooh, they can yell. Where are we in? Where are we? Can we see any? See if we can see any animals sort of around while we're here. We've got a moose. No problem. How are we supposed to get across? I think we've got to walk all the way down here to find somewhere to get across. Oh no. It's out there somewhere. That moose will run off in a minute anyway. Yeah, that's our fault so. I see something else. What's out there?
Reindeer, or caribou as they're known in North America, have a long history as the backbone of native Alaskan society. The Gwich'in tribe have always harvested caribou to provide food, tools, and clothing. The herds are a fraction of their former size nowadays. Not many non-natives get to hunt them.
I'm hoping I can cross them. Yeah, we can. Good for that. Oh no, we're not going for the fries, are we? Yeah, I think this way to get to our gun. Nope, well, that's not the gun we wanted. Just to be on the safe side. Whoa, 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 what was going on there? I think that moose was going to come back. Well, he ain't now. Now we've got to get to the bridge. Or, no. We've got to drop our samples off first, I think. Yeah, samples first. I think that's what we've got to do. Or is it the tree? Alright, that's one of them. The bloke comes up with so many bits you want done. He said something, but that moose down here, where are we going? Nothing really to worry about for now. We keep our eyes open for these wolves. You never know where are they. They could be anywhere. Waiting to give us a good biting. Or bite us and ow! Go here, look. Oh, we've got a boat there. What's wrong? Oh, yeah. Oh.
The sample's ready for pickup? Fantastic. I'll be over that way as soon as I can. I really appreciate the assistance. Hunting for droppings and wading into swamp water might not be glamorous or exciting, but it's part of a massive effort to maintain the balance of life out here. It makes a big difference.
I wonder. Ah, maybe it is.
You ready to head out to the tracks? Just knowing that tree is hanging over the train track is making me anxious. It's a little bit of a hike, but it's worth it to see the rail bridge. Let me know once you've found the tree. With any luck, it won't take you long to clear it out of the way.
Nah, it will never take us long. Because we know what we're doing. Cutting trees. We do it on... We cut trees and that on Farming Simulator. what's this up here? Oh, it's just a tree branch. Looked like it was something moving then. Oh no. I can hear him again. I can. We must be getting close then. Anything. Wolves don't go on their own, they're usually in a pack. If we see one, there should be a pack of them. That's the problem. We still got to get to our tree, where the tree is, on that bridge. And try to look out for wolves.
Getting close to the tree that's threatening to fall onto the tracks. I'm guessing it was loosened in a recent storm. Yukon Valley tends to get a few lightning storms each summer, but we do a thorough job of preparing. So we only saw a couple of small fires that went out on their own. Some of my team are still recording the after effects of the storms. I've heard reports of huge trees with deep roots that are now at precarious angles and might need to be cut down. We're lucky to have such isolated incidents. Other reserves have reported landslides. I've only ever seen one landslide in person, and that was from the air. Even from up there, it was a shocking display of natural force. It was all I could do to land the plane before the storm overtook me.
Wow, see movement down there.
It's hard to tell what caused this tree to tip over.
You can't see, we're not even
I
there
guess
yet,
the
mate.
big question is how to do this properly. But I trust you to get the job done. I hope you can make do with a hatchet. Great work out there. The train is behind. I honestly don't think a single tree would do more than dent it in a collision. But I'd rather not take the chance and risk a serious accident.
Oh, I see something.
Speaking of the
down
train,
there.
it's due to pass by at any moment. I'd stay clear of the tracks if I were you. Keeping that railroad open is a big responsibility for us. Not only is it essential for a lot of trade out here, but the bridge brings tourists in from all over the place. I'd like a good picture of the bridge, one that we can put on our website. See if you can snap it while the train is passing over it. That'll look great. I used to come out to this corner of the reserve with my family. We'd spend long weekends camping, and I teach my youngest daughter, Kara, how to shoot. My older daughter, Deanna, was still an angry teenager who needed convincing to take part in any activity. She'd always be laughing and having fun by the end of the trip, though. That looks like a good spot to take the photo. Those trips are some of my favorite memories. It brought us all closer as a family. Being alone together. That's the shot we needed. It's a shame we couldn't catch it with the train on top, but it's still good. Here's me talking about my family vacations when I can't even remember the last time I had dinner with my wife. Her birthday was what? A month ago? I think I'm probably overdue to take her out somewhere nice. I'll send this picture over to Sandy. Her team takes care of the Yukon Valley website. Next up, head over to an outpost that we're replacing. Not too far from where you are just now.
Yeah, that
The
can
cabin
work.
was
Can't get
lost
back
in
on
the
that bridge.
T-Con forest fire 2 years ago. And we're in the process of replacing it with a temporary trailer, equipped with some more modern facilities. Due to the level of damage that was sustained by this area of the reserve, it has attracted several researchers who would like to perform long-term studies in the region. The T-Con forest will host our first research outpost trial. Oh, and in case you were unaware, T-Con is a native word for wolf. The fire destroyed part of the forest, but the wolves are still out there. I'd make sure you keep your rifle fully loaded at all times while you're in wolf country. I look forward to your call when you find the outpost.
Come on. What's down here? Oh dear. Well, we need to just get run over by a train. Alright, let's go where you want us to go. We'll keep our gun out because we know it wolves around because one ran right in front of us. I'm telling you, we're gonna get killed in a minute. We want to keep running, we don't want to stop at the moment. Because we don't really have a lot of bullets. Start shooting wolves if they attack us. We've got 8 for this pistol. There's 8 bullets for this. And I don't know what we've got far. other guns, not a lot. We really need to top up. The hell? What's up? Okay. You do have a nice pair of rack antlers. Are they? Oh, I don't know. Don't really want to spend too much longer around here. Is he stuck? He's stuck. Hello? You ain't going very far, mate. Okay. Well, maybe he's going somewhere then. Oh, no, I must be on the wrong thing. You know. Ah. I couldn't remember how I did it now. Oh well. Maybe I don't want to stay in this area too long, that's why I'm not that worried about looking at the moment. The game might be a bit broken. You can keep running, we are coming this way anyway. All heading where we are going. Well, we are very close to all these deers and reindeers. Very close. Look at that nice big male up there. Oh, nice big rack he's got. Oh, hello. Another nice male. Oh, I know where we'll be coming next time to hunt. Around that bridge, we've got wolves, and up here. Wonder where Randy is. Oh no. Let's look at yeah. Not too good, guys. This is what happens when you got a fire shot. That could be caused by anything. Hot weather. Someone got a bonfire. Or someone leave a bit of a glass bottle or a bit of foil laying down. Oh no. Well, he was going to come for us. Well, now we know we've got wolves around here, so we better keep that gun out. And he was a gold. We'll tax the diamond at that one.
Gray wolves are responsible for the majority of lost caribou herd in Yukon Valley, and their packs are growing every year. Out here in the wilderness, they don't have any reason to fear humans either. I'm hoping that a side effect of thinning out their numbers will be the introduction of a little doubt before they attack a human, at least. I saw the fires that tore through that forest, and I still struggle to accept just how quickly the landscape can transform into smoldering ash. Believe it or not, we got lucky. It could have been a lot worse. Maybe lucky isn't the right word. We lost too much.
Just keep checking up behind us all the time, all the way around. We've got a wolf, that one wolf here. There's going to be more around somewhere, I'm telling you. As I was saying, that wolf come and he started talking. Just be extra careful when people got fires in there.
This is the Basri Memorial Outpost, or at least it will be, once you get it up and running. Ranger Crawford has left the supplies that we need for the finishing touches. He was going to set it up himself, but his wife went into labor just as he got here, so he had to rush back to town. The workstations look like they're ready to go. If this trial goes well, we might see more researchers setting up camp across the reserve. For now, though, let's get things powered up. The supplies will include fuel for the generator. And a little fuel in the generator and fire it up. I'll let our researchers know they're welcome to visit when they're ready. Of course, you can sleep here and restock your supplies, just like any other outpost.
Picked them up, whatever it was now.
The outpost is just the first part of our restoration efforts.
Just be on the safe
The
side.
supply should contain a couple of things that you're going to need for your next job. Planting new saplings.
Yeah, we will be.
Take the bag of spruce saplings and the shovel.
Just
And let
be
me
on the
mark
safe
a spot
side.
for you on your map.
Just check and make sure we've got nothing else.
It's a tough road ahead for this part of the reserve. The fire burnt away a huge chunk of the forest. But with any luck, a program of replanting will gradually bring life back. I hope to see it happen in my lifetime.
Alright, we might be able to finish what was going on. Oh yeah, fires. Just be careful when you've got bonfires or fireworks or whatever. Just be extra careful. This can happen. And I have seen forest fires. I've seen too many where I am. Lucky no one was hurt. Always got to be careful with fires. I'm telling you, we can bump into another wolf in a minute. Or a whole pack of them. Guess we just saw that one. Let's be on the safe side, let's get a pistol out, guys. Easier.
I was in Teton Forest during the night of the fire. We predicted a few spots as potential fire sites, and we're doing our best to prepare. But there were too few of us and too much ground to cover. I sent most of the team away when the storm rolled over us. It was getting too dangerous. You're in the right spot. I haven't been out to that corner of the reserve for quite a while now.
Oh, okay. I'm planting trees now.
Three saplings should be enough for now. Can you see the shell of the old tree? It was the first casualty when it was struck by lightning and went up in flames.
Trees. Oh dear.
We lost more than the trees that night.
Oh no.
It took less than 5 minutes for the blaze to take hold and travel towards us. Our rookie trooper, Omid Basri, was the only one not accounted for. Kendrick! Where are you? When I found his radio, a part of me knew straight away that we'd lost him. I wanted to go further in and look for him, but the fire was impenetrable. The wall of heat was advancing and I couldn't stay there. I just made it out before the fire consumed where I'd been standing seconds before. We went back as soon as the fires had died down and started looking. We found him, but it was as we'd feared. The outpost here is dedicated to him. We all take a special interest in overseeing the restoration of the area where we lost him. Naturally, it was a tough time for the whole team, but it brought us closer together. We supported each other and Brasri's family. You do what you can, right? We devoted ourselves to our work, and we worked to ensure it never happens again. Today's undertaking to replace lost trees is another step in revitalizing Teton Forest. On my last flyby, I definitely saw some movement down there. Can you scout around for tracks in the burnt forest? I'm keen to see what animals are returning to the region.
Yeah, where are we supposed to look? Got a moose down there. He'll have some trunks. Let's get a pistol up, gas in case the wolf come. Are you going anywhere, moose, or are you going to just stand there for us to get right, really close? Near side of the mouth. Okay. That's what we're looking for. That. Ain't this what you wanted? Huh? I didn't get it. What he said. Look for some tracks in the burnt forest. Wow. I don't know then. There's nowhere on the map we want us to be. He said look for some tracks, and that's what we've been doing. I don't really know then. across the water down there. Really?
Finding tracks out there is a good sign. There might not be a lot of cover or food yet, but at least some animals are starting to come back. I don't have any more work for you out in Teton Forest, but I just received a message from a research team that could probably use a little assistance. Let me speak with them, and I'll be in touch with you shortly. I have a new job for you. One of Yukon Valley's research teams have asked if we can help them to fix a piece of the equipment they're using to track animals around the reserve. There is a box of parts that you'll need to pick up, sitting in one of our outposts. I'll mark it on your map. Normally, I'd tell them we're too busy for this, but they need to wrap up their research before winter settles on the reserve. It'll be a much easier job if we help them out, and I'd like to keep working with them next year. I'll call you when you're getting close to the outpost.
Oh, Garrett, we don't get a choice of what we got to do. What we got to do then? Guess we've got to keep our eyes open for these wolves. Okay, look at everything burnt like this. It's going to make it harder for us to spot the wolves. They'll blend in like with this, no problem. Just to be on the safe side. Let's keep going. We're getting close to where we've got to be. I hope we ain't got to do a lot more after this. We might get a chance to have a proper hunt. Instead of keep picking stuff up and taking it back where we've got to go. I don't know what we've got to pick up this time. Parts or something, he said. What kind of parts? Who knows? We keep on going, we're not taking a chance. No, keep saying that. You never know what's around these corners. Well, if we don't get
at any one time, Yukon Valley is hosting at least 5 different scientific studies. A lot of them are a simple case of setting up some recording equipment and leaving it to record data. But some involve a more hands-on approach. I wish I could do more to help with the studies. I don't get to use my biological science degree as much as I'd like, but it helps me when it comes to working with research teams and their ilk. Parts are being stored in that outpost. They should be good to go.
God, the bloke didn't give anybody a chance to talk.
That's what we're looking for. Next step is using those parts to fix a radio relay that is being used to track animals. The relay is part of a lookout tower. According to the researchers, it should be an easy fix.
We're going to a lookout tower. Okay. That's what I was saying, if we don't get hunting properly in this video, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll have a good hunt, try have a good hunt if we can. We never know what could happen. What, like that? It weren't worth taking a shot. Really weren't. We could have missed. What's that? I don't know what that is. Alright, this had better be the last one we've got to do. This is where you can get killed by the wolves, because if there are up here, you can really see me all with this red brush. Got to mend this lookout tower. We've got to do more after this. I'm going back to the outpost, and I will be getting quad back.
I'm hoping that tech trials like this tracking system will help Yukon Yukon valleys stand out as a hub of scientific research here in Alaska. Speaking of research, I have your samples on board now. With any luck, I'll have them handed over for testing before the end of the day. You're close to the tower.
What?
Find the
Okay,
relay
down. It's
control
right in front of
panel
us.
and open
Don't
it
need to
up.
tell us.
Your replacement parts should slot right in. I guess now we'll find out just how much of an easy
Can't
fix
get
it
there.
is.
Well, we really ain't done a lot of hunting.
You did it? It's working? Fantastic. I will check in with the researchers to let them know it's fixed. They probably noticed that their equipment's range has just risen dramatically.
What's something down there moving? Give it a minute.
I just
so
called
it'll
the
pop out.
research team and they've confirmed that the relay is working now. They've asked if you could take a look at one of their trackers that has been dormant for the last 13 hours or so.
Really?
They weren't sure if the lack of movement had been due to poor signal, but now they're certain that something's happened. I'll forward the details.
Well, I'm getting a quad bike. I don't. Tough luck. Quad bike it is. Take too long by walking. I want you to do this. It takes so long. Let's go to the wolves. Hold packet. See what I was saying, doesn't it, Dave? How we can hunt the spot. Yeah, it's ready. Only reason we saw them from naked is making enough to come across. Oh, these damn rocks. so long. That's what I find. I think whatever we were looking for is here.
Looks like wolves got it. But something scared them off before they could really finish their meal.
Right.
Grab the collar and you're good to go.
Grab the collar. Where? We didn't run over it, do we? Probably. Really? A little thing like that.
Okay, I think we're done here. Let's move on before anything comes sniffing around. The researchers have been using Copper Bowl Lake Outpost as their base camp, and you can drop the collar off there. Don't expect company, though. The research team are always out and about.
This is the last one. We will find out.
I knew I could count on you to get the job done.
Yes, we know
You're becoming my ambassador out here, and I gotta say, your work so far has impressed me. At this rate, I'll actually be able to do some paperwork today. Seems a little strange to be excited about that, I guess. Hopefully, I'll manage to spend some time with my wife this month. Now that I remember, I gave your number to Oscar, the researcher in charge of this particular population study. He and I work well enough together, but you'll be better placed to help him out. You might have already heard from him about work he needs help with. He injured his knee in the summer, so he's a little behind schedule.
Very interesting. Okay.
During my last flyby, I noticed that there were people walking around inside of the Millerwood mine complex. The entire complex was closed to the public, but that hasn't stopped some people from trying to explore the building. I'd like you to head over there, make sure that the place is still secure. The mine's buildings have been sealed since the mine closed in the 30s. We occasionally get curious tourists, but once they see the no trespassing sign, they tend to take their pictures and move on without getting too close. The warnings are mainly for the benefit of tourists anyway. We keep an eye on the place, but it isn't maintained. If you're injured out here, it's a long walk to find help. I suppose this is a good time to remind you, be careful. while you're out there. There's been talks of reopening the mine as a museum, but the cost of renovating the place is staggering, especially when you consider that we need to build a road just to reach it. There's a couple of groups that could be the trespassers. We logged a pair of men that entered the reserve a few days ago, but they're here on a hunting trip with a respected guide. I'd be very surprised if we brought them anywhere near here. The other group I know about is a film crew that asked for our help to shoot a documentary about what they call local folklore. Apparently they've toured the USA hunting for monsters or aliens or something. A place as wild as this has its stories, of course. From native Alaskan myths to the tall tales of drunken gold miners. I've been here for almost 2 decades. I've only seen Bigfoot twice. At church.
You just say something about Bigfoot? Oh no. Is he in here? You never know. Might be. I don't see your eyes open. Anything look weird. Maybe while I find out these kind of stuff, doing the mission, the mission. Some of them, the blokes came on, the people came talking and talking.
Millerwood doesn't have a lot of hiding places. The buildings are still all locked up. It should be a quick search. Whoever was here has probably moved on. I want to be certain. Take a look around the complex. My last inspection was 6 months ago and all the buildings are secure. Let me know if you see anything suspicious. Nothing but ash left now. Oh. And they kicked down one of our keep-out signs. Would you replant it, please? Knocking down a no trespassing sign must be the bush country equivalent of smashing someone's mailbox with a baseball bat. We don't get many bored teenagers roaming the reserve, mind you. Something's not right here. This door should be locked. The building's empty? I don't know why they'd want to be in here anyway. I'm gonna call Gabriella Boden's film crew. The one I was telling you about. I just want to make sure it's not them who have been breaking into the buildings.
The hell? Here, a phone. Ah, can we see a phone on the table?
Is that the phone I'm calling? Not much point in me calling it now, huh? I didn't expect this from a professional film crew. What possessed them to enter this building? I need to speak to them about what they've done here.
Oh no,
That phone you picked up is the only way I have to contact them. So we're gonna have to track them down. Given their total lack of bushcraft or respect for their surroundings, we should hopefully begin to details to follow. You've done a lot to help. This is gonna need an officer on site just in case things get ugly. I'm on my way. Look, Siri, there's a column of smoke. It looks like it's coming from close to one of our Let's catch up with them before they set the whole forest ablaze. You found their camp. Where are they? Look at the mess around here. It looks like something big has turned the place upside down. Take a look around their camp and see if there's anything that can tell us where they went. Our first concern is that fire. Notes on their show, maybe? Wow. She's dedicated it to her younger self. Look, a notepad. Interior haunted mine. Explains a little bit about their trespassing. No, surely not. Looks a lot like even the most ignorant town don't even consider baiting animals out here. Well, this tells a story of some truly bizarre people, but it doesn't help us find them. That was a scream, but I can't see anything. Get to the lookout. Maybe you'll see something that I can't. I've got them. They're here, coming out of the forest. What the? One of them is covered in blood. They've seen me. Hey! Over here! Make your way to me! Get into the plane!
How we would have seen anything properly from all them trees there.
Everyone is on board. It looks like a bear attacked one of them. She needs a doctor right now. I can't wait around. We're taking off.
Oh yeah, now. Where are you taking off to?
I've got this. Heading back to base. We'll have a doctor standing by.
You make us come down to here, don't you? Oh yeah.
Can you take care of their camp? We can't have it lying around, attracting bears.
Get someone else to do the dirty work. Clean up all this. Why send us all the way down here and go all the way back to the camp? Why not clean the camp up first? One is already here. Would make more sense.
Hey there, Chichiko. I'll bet you have a lot of questions that you want to ask me, huh? Before you start, let me just give you the highlights. Bond's face and shoulder were pretty torn up. She took a swipe from a fully grown grizzly, all while her friends accidentally, or should I say, incidentally, bear sprayed her. The spray likely saved her life, though. They thought that a .22 pistol was enough protection against grizzlies. So as well as spraying the bear, they shot it in the side. I've seen bears shrug off spray and even larger caliber rounds. So I'd say these guys are lucky they decided to run off, instead of making it angrier. Anyway, Bod was in surgery this morning. The bear's claws gave her some nasty head wounds, and it was able to sink its teeth into her shoulder before running off. She'll be out of it for a few days. I'll question her when doctors say she's ready. I have to say, you handled yesterday well, Ichiko. You got the level head, even when things went off the rails. I've had rookie troopers under my care who would have struggled in the same scenario. It's entirely possible that you saved that film crew's lives. Not only did you help to solve a crime that led to us saving some woefully underprepared, let's just say, explorers, shall we? You took care of the mess at the mine, and at their camp, too. It's not like this is the first big impact your work has had on the reserve. You helped us to quarantine a potentially devastating infestation of spruce bark beetles. You assisted with scientific research programs and helped us to safeguard Yukon Valley's future. I know it might have seemed counterintuitive to hire a professional hunter when the plan was to protect Yukon Valley's wildlife, but I know that I made the right choice. Your work out here will have far-reaching repercussions for not only the forests, plains, and lakes, but everything that lives here as well. And that includes me. At first, the plan was for you to take over a lot of my informal duties, the tasks that aren't officially part of my job, but are essential to the running of the reserve. Maintaining populations, gaining threats, gathering samples for scientific research. All great reasons for hiring a professional hunter. But I told you before that I was looking for someone who understands combat. Someone I could trust to take care of it, the same way I do. Your recent time here has been a trial of sorts, helping me to prepare the reserve for winter. I feel like the reserve is ready now, and that's largely thanks to your efforts. Sandy might have told you, but she's delighted that you've had this effect on the reserve. In this past week, we've spent more time together than we had done in the entire previous month. In fact, now that the reserve is ready for winter, and I have my ambassador out there, I'm making plans to take Sandy and my girls on a trip somewhere nice. What do you think? Beach, lake, skiing trip? Now, I've said it's nice when I get home. Oh, and when I get back from my vacation, you and I should discuss your contract. Winter in the Yukon is no picnic, but I'd like to invite you to stay on indefinitely, if you're interested. You'll be an old sourdough like me in no time.
Ah, I think the old man finished talking now. He's definitely said something about Bigfoot. Who knows? Oh dear. Right, that took longer than what I thought it would have done. Alright, well, catch you lot sometime tomorrow. Appreciate you all.